Certainly not awed by the moment. He is mentally tough, and he's digging some hard shots in. Good left hook to the chest by Mora.
And Sergio Mora needs a round to give him confidence in this fight.
He's only switched once early on. Oh, this is a Mora round. We approach 30 seconds remaining in round 4 as the pace has slowed. Mora playing keep away for the moment, and Forrest not coming forward.
This is kind of the four-corner offense after you won a round. He's now kind of killing the last 25 seconds of the clock and saying, I won this round, now I'm not going to let anything bad happen.
Yeah, it's sort of the antithesis of stealing around. He sort of won the beginning and middle, and then he's staying away to make sure he's got it in his hip pocket.
Let him out, don't hit.
We have a special presentation coming up as we look towards Arthur Abraham versus Edison Miranda on June 21st. Back in 2006, these two middleweights faced off for the IBF middleweight title, and we'll present the rebroadcast of this fight at 10 p.m. on Monday, June 16th, and Thursday, June 19th on Show 2, as well as on Showtime, Saturday, June 21st at 6 p.m. This was a fight filled with controversy and tremendous excitement, and it makes the upcoming rematch all the more compelling.
Yeah, we're looking forward to that.
But keep away from the uppercut. When you're on the southpaw style, use the hooks. Boom, to the body. Good work. Don't let it be a stupid shot on the top of the head right now, right? Keep it moving. Every time you want to get something going, move.
Well, you heard Dean Campos. Meanwhile, Buddy McGirt was imploring Forrest to wake up, as Sergio Mora tries to silence the skeptics. Round 5.
As long as Sergio Mora can get himself on the inside against Vernon Forrest, he has at least a chance to win this match, because once he's in there, he can rip those little body shots, head shots, and he's also not at range where Forrest can nail him with a big right hand.
Now, Al, Mora obviously not an ultra-aggressive fighter. He won't always test you physically. A big advantage for Forrest, I would think. And there's a right uppercut on the inside by Vernon Forrest. So.
Hey, on the break, on the break. Vernon, right behind the head.
Some roughhouse tactics, and Flaherty trying to nip it in the bud. Overhand right there by Sergio Mora, partially blocked. A minute into the round. Let's take a look at press row scoring. They've all got Forrest ahead by the same score as the action heats up.
So do I have the same scoring, but Vernon Forrest is trying to make it academic by landing some big shots against Mora, which he did there.
Scott Palou from FightNews.com, Andres Rodriguez from ESPNDeportes.com, and TK Stewart from the Bangor Daily News.
Let him out.
Got to give these guys a plug.
Let him go.
Yeah, absolutely, and we appreciate them scoring the fight for us.
Halfway through the 5th. Scheduled for 12 for the WBC Super Welterweight Championship.
Now, after the 4th round, in which Sergio Mora made some really big strides, this has been a much better round for Forrest, responding to Buddy McGirt's exhortation.
And there is that snappy, pesky jab by Mr. Mora. Good jab by Mora, and then he digs to the body.
This is what Mora needs to do, and he is landing those left hooks on the inside against Vernon Forrest.
This is another impressive round for Sergio Mora.
Well, the second part certainly is whether he's done enough to win it. I guess that's the question.
Let him up.
All right, now, so let's see if he can steal this one. He's certainly known for doing that. Good defensive maneuver there by Mora to get out of harm's way.
And if there is one headline in this story that I would point to, it is the lack of jabs by Vernon Forrest. He just is not throwing that punch enough to keep Mora off.
And he doesn't look quite as fast as we've seen him in the past. He is in the way of more punches than I've seen Mora in recent past. because his defense looked tremendously improved in his last fight against Piccirillo. But Mora is a lot faster than Piccirillo. Crowd doesn't like it.
You got to work the jab more. Okay, you're making this closer than it has to be. You understand me? Okay? How we feeling? Talk to me. Okay? Nice deep breath. Now listen, now this is the championship rounds, brother. All you got to do is back up with the jab. What you're trying to do is you're trying to...
Vernon Forrest, when he gets on the inside there, you see how they're kind of hooking arms and holding on. And then Forrest wants to hold him, and then Forrest ripping with the right hand and on the inside. They're both kind of holding there, and Mora got the worst of that. Later on in the round, though, that was a very good jab. And then once Mora gets on the inside, you see him working and ripping the left hooks to the body and the head. We talked about the double left hook before the fight. Very close round. The first part of it dominated by Forrest, the second part by Mora. And Buddy McGirt is right. Vernon Forrest is not using the jab enough. He reiterated what I said, and as he said, making the fight tougher than he needs to, perhaps.
So we enter round 6. Forrest going to the jab, coming forward. Right now, Mora digging to the body, almost a low blow. Mora looking very slippery and elusive. Quick, good right hand to the head by Mora. Oh, he just measured Forrest out and tagged him with a right. Another right hand to the jaw by Mora. And now he pounces on the champion. Back comes Mora again. And Forrest ties him up.
Right, don't
That's
hit.
the kind of
Let him go.
busy, active fighter Mora needs to be on the inside. Now, can he sustain that over a round?
Excellent sequence by Sergio Mora here in round 6.
Right,
really finding his
hit.
rhythm.
Don't hit. Don't hit. Sergio, get your punches up.
Little uppercut, low blow by Forrest.
All right, stop. Stop. All right, guys, let's get your punches up. No retaliation. No retaliation. Keep them up.
All right, things are getting really rough now. Very physical fight. And they are doing some infighting, toe-to-toe there in the center of the ring.
And this is not the style of fight I don't think Vernon Forrest wants. It's not to say he couldn't win it this way. He might, but it is not to his best interest.
And when Mora gets busier, he's so much more exciting and so much more effective, as he's doing here over the last couple of rounds.
Well, I felt he should have hit the inside's his place to be in this fight. And if he can get there, it's all to the good for him.
An abrasion under the left eye, but no worries for Sergio Mora. Again, Mora on the attack. An offensive surge by Sergio Mora.
Right, all right, let him out. Let him out.
And as far as doing the holding.
Well, you know, we have a seminal moment in this fight because Vernon Forrest is not throwing that many punches. Is it a sign that he's going to continue to do that, or is he just regrouping?
Forrest looks a little tired. As I mentioned earlier, his defense not as sharp as the last 2-3 fights since coming back from the injuries. His upper body movement, his head movement, not quite as exquisite as we saw in the last fight.
And the other thing about this round is confidence is gaining for Sergio Mora. You know, he had some difficult rounds early, and maybe he needed a couple of these kind of rounds to show he belonged in the ring with Forrest.
Good right uppercut on the inside by Vernon Forrest, right on the jaw.
Right, all right, let him out.
With too many damn right hands, man. Okay? You got to keep it up, baby. Let's go now. You're not doing nothing that we're working on.
Man, yeah, okay.
Talk to me, baby. Talk to me.
I was just a little windy, that's all.
Okay, just take a deep breath. Let's go. Because you're loading up too much. Stop loading up. Just let it flow natural.
Sergio Mora will feint with his left hand and then come with an overhand right that lands against Vernon Forrest. Feints with the jab and then lands the overhand right. So Sergio Mora has some tricks up his sleeve as well, even though he's 9 years younger than Vernon Forrest. There's the uppercut from Mora, and then here's where Vernon Forrest lands a punch extraordinarily low. It gets a warning from referee Flaherty, but what could be more telling than Vernon Forrest suggesting he's winded in the corner?
Something we suggested in the last round. He did appear to be tired. So he's trying to catch his breath and get a second win here against the Latin Snake, who looks a lot fresher than Vernon Forrest at this particular juncture.
Now, Sergio Mora has never been known as a fighter that wouldn't stay active when he presses the advantage, when he gets the advantage. So I would anticipate he's going to keep up the pace for these next few rounds, but we'll see. And for Vernon Forrest, he needs to land something to halt this momentum by Sergio Mora. And there's the Forrest jab. When he uses that, he's a whole different fighter.
Here's a second look at press throw. They've still got Forrest ahead by 2.